What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 19 in my 4th annual 31 Days of Horror. This is a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. Of course, this year we are tackling the Universal Monsters box set, and continuing along, we have 1944's The Invisible Man's Revenge. The Invisible Man's Revenge follows Robert Griffin, who is a psychopath. He is on the run, he's a fugitive, and he is a murderer. He had some sort of memory problems, and he has just figured out where he was and who he is, and begins to go back into his old life. There he reintroduces himself to a couple who seem to be pretty well off, and he explains through exposition that they discovered a diamond mine while in Africa on a safari, and he got injured on the expedition and he was presumed dead, and they kind of took all the diamonds and wealth for themselves and left him presumably dead in Africa. He obviously lost his memory. He has regained it, so he came back to get his share. Unfortunately, the couple says that they made a few bad investments and they really don't have anything to share. And he is already a madman, so he does not take that very kindly. He believes that they either murdered him or are lying about, the so-called he was presumed dead, he was injured, and he thinks that there was something sinister involved with that. He throws a fit. They eventually get rid of him. They take the old agreement in which he had in his pocket, they hide it, and he cannot get the police to believe him, so he is on the run from those police as well when he meets a scientist. The scientist tells him about the invisibility potion that he's been working on, and then he convinces Robert Griffin to take the potion, thus making him the Invisible Man. And in this story, he is already mad, so the invisibility potion does not make him any more mad, it just makes him more powerful, and he goes to get his revenge on the people who wronged him. First of all, I gotta say, I don't believe that this has any continuity with the previous Invisible Man or Women films, even though the character's name is Griffin, which I believe was the original Invisible Man's last name. Don't think there's any direct connection that they mention, at least, so I'm not really sure if there was or there was supposed to be. I'd be kind of interested to find out. Second, I gotta say, this one was actually pretty fun. I much like this. It took it more to that dark tone of the first couple films and less of like the comedic tone. They're the Invisible Man in this film. He is already mad, so they kind of like don't really follow the rules that they set up previously, which is fine, whatever. It's a different invisibility potion, it's a different scientist. I will say that even though this one was fun, it is definitely a lesser film than maybe the first two Invisible Man films. It's just not as, fun, entertaining. It's not as well written either. I kind of did like the story angle where you're almost like kind of on his side, because like, wait, they kind of did screw him out of his money, but they're kind of telling the truth-ish, I guess. You don't really know for sure. I guess it's up to the viewer's interpretation of those characters to see if there was anything sinister going on, because at some points they seem pretty genuine, and other points, you're still like, well, you still ended up taking all the money and losing it all or whatever. So it's really kind of an interesting dynamic there. The scientist, I actually liked him as well, and the Invisible Man gets a friend, and together they start like hustling at a local tavern, and I love that scene. They're playing darts, and the guy throws the dart, and the Invisible Man grabs the dart, and obviously he's invisible, puts it right into the bullseye. I thought that scene was pretty cool. It was a nice way to utilize like the power of invisibility. Overall, the effects, like the stunts that they normally do with the invisibility, were not that well done, and honestly, there was not really that many of them in this one. It was a little disappointing with that, but overall, it was still an okay story, an okay film. It was good. It was good. It's just nowhere near as good as The Invisible Man. So this one, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. It's still pretty solid. I recommend checking it out. It's definitely better than The Invisible Agent and The Invisible Woman. So see you guys next time. Peace.